Hey guys, I figure I record a video. It's been a minute since I recorded one. Um, I had a guy request on the last movie review stream I did about wanting some advice on how to interact with his Anatolian brother that's such a lesser beast than him. Which it's an Irish cell, they did Falche to the Irish cells. Y'all can criticize me on my phonetics of your language, which I am currently trying to learn, just as like a fun hobby. I kind of took Henry Hold's advice and maybe I should just learn a second language just to at least do it for its own sake. But I guess I'll talk about how to deal with an Anatolic family member and maybe just like Untermensch traits if I decide to get to that. Combine two videos in one. Well, obviously, like the most obvious course of action how to deal with the Anatolian family member would be to cut them out of your life completely and like get your own place. But pretty much like most of us here, we're not financially privileged enough to have our own place of residence, whereas renting a shitty apartment or, God forbid, buying a house. Oh no, there's a you can go on like Zillow and it's like, dude, there's like some houses in East St. Louis I can get for like 20 grand, but East St. Louis has to be one of the worst places to live in the world, dude. You might be better off buying a house in Haiti. Enough of that though, but yeah, that would be the most obvious thing is just like cut them off, separate yourself from them entirely. I know that sounds like a cult leader thing to say, some people would say, but when you have toxic people or these lesser creatures, you shouldn't be expected to be around them, nor really suffer them more than what is merely necessary. It's like the old saying, like the Aryan doesn't suffer the presence of the Anatolian. I know that's probably Anatolian is kind of like my favorite word to say though. It is a fun. It rolls off the tongue well, but obviously like cutting them off. Um, but if that's not an option, obviously, uh, honestly, when you interact them, like you already like physically and mentally mog any of these Untermensch, obviously, but you have to never cow to their tricks that they try to put on you to make you conform to the herd. It's like they're like, oh, you're doing like a Lehecan racism, be more racist. Or, you tell them like the blatant fact, the blatant truth that we don't live on a spherical earth. The globe isn't real. And just die on that hill, dude. No matter what they say to you, be like, dude, look outside. Shit's flat. All right. I'm going to tell you, like, you go up 14,000 feet in the air and people look out the window of the plane and they're like, yep, it's still flat. You know? Like, stuff like that. Tell them how the reality that, like, evolution isn't true, or just tell them women are evil and my life sucks because of it. And they're going to be like, "Oh, how can you say that about women? They're so wonderful." Celtic or whoever individual. Oh, they're so wonderful. They do nothing wrong. They like give me like starfish coochie once a year. It's like, all right, dude, all right. The other thing you can do when dealing with anatomies is don't engage in the silly charade of walking. All right, like if you're self-respecting, I don't know how you guys haven't gotten on this yet. Like you should be crawling, not walking. All right, don't buy into like this gay like philo-Semitic game of standing and walking, dude. You should be crawling on the ground. It's like when you're around these Untermensch, it's like you're in a burning house, and when you try to engage them on your level, it's like you're breathing in the smoke. You gotta stay low, dude, so you don't breathe it in, or hear it, or see it. You know, you just gotta crawl your way out of these situations, not walk. But I think that's all I really gotta say about that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of tired. It's like end of the day. I'm about to go to bed. But here, I'll talk about Untermensch traits. And like this is specifically related to like Antonio, just like Untermensch in general, whatever variety they come in of any um creed or color, Um obviously like believing in Darwinian evolution, globe earth, uh being gynocentric, like those are obvious things. I don't have to like come out here and repeat those worn out talking points over again. Um, Obviously, I don't have to repeat that walking is untermensch behavior. Honestly, even though this is a trait I possess and many in this sphere unfortunately possess, being a wagey really is like a untermensch uh, behavior, a life choice. Even, and of course, like on me, it's inflicted on me involuntarily because obviously society has failed to protect the strong from the weak, if you understand what I mean. Like, you can't, when you're around these lesser people, no matter how great you are, and how, like, stoic or diligent you are, the sad reality of the fact is you get drugged down to their level to some extent. You, damn, I got a headache, dude. But it's like they're like subhuman behaviors rub off on you to some extent. That's why I don't get. It's like a spectrum, like Vril. It's a spectrum. Like you got some people and like they're absolute like mutt man, like disease carriers, and then you have your blonde haired A10 telekinetic wizards. And all of us fall in the sphere in between it. Jesus, like this video is going nowhere, dude. This might be the worst video I ever made, unironically. Let me get back to the talk on hand under Mitch traits. Honestly, driving a truck, like I know, like the whole thing of like, oh, like a soy jack drives like a Prius hybrid or something. It's, at least in my area, most of these guys who fit this oofy doofy or like Norm Groyd or Untermensch archetype, they all drive like pickup trucks, whereas like F-150, Silverado, or God forbid, Dodge. Honestly, really, if somebody's driving a Dodge Ram, they're like a Freemason, dude. No, that's a Freemason car. Because all my gang, or at least my most prominent gang stalkers, when I go out on the road or driving a Dodge Ram, They will not pass you, and you can do 10 over the limit, and they'll be right behind you with their headlights on high. Dude. Dodge Ram is the like gang stalker Freemasonic vehicle of choice. Oh no, man, I'm so low energy now, dude. I mean, I'll still be doing YouTube, I guess, but it's just I'm kind of lost my passion for it. Something which I have a thing, you know. Like, I have things in my life that I enjoy. YouTube is just something I do on the side, and I'm kind of like, I almost feel like I've said everything I can say. Not to say like this is the last video I ever make or nothing, obviously, but oh no, I'll do like the movie reviews. That's about it. Like I, even though it's for a very short period of time, I feel like I just don't even have it in me much anymore to do these videos where we just it's more free form, talk about what you want. In these videos, it's like I don't feel like I have any new ideas or things to talk about. Maybe I'll find something in the future I'll like to talk about more. I don't really want to like make firearm related videos, for example, on here. I don't know. I don't think that's just a good look for this type of content I produce. I don't know, man. The mundaneness and mediocrity of life is just getting to me more now. The older I get, the more I hurt and the less I feel. But yeah, um, I guess this video, somebody, I guess somebody will enjoy this. Anyways, guys, I hope you are doing well, and I'll see you.